Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. From politics to global affairs, we dissect the news nobody compares. Mike's insight shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information.
Hello everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. But yeah, welcome to the show. It's Borderline Banter. My name is Mike, and as always, we have Dustin. Dustin, how's it going?
It's going good. Happy hump day, everybody. That's what they call Wednesday.
Not for you. You're on vacation.
Well, it's still hump day.
Yeah,
it's the middle of the week, even if it's not,
Well, it is, yeah, sure.
for me. But no, yeah, it's good shit. Made it to halfway through the week, and more news happened. Can you believe it?
What? Weird. But yeah.
Yeah, news happened. Like, I did it, Joe.
So yeah. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's super hot here again. It's like 33 degrees right now Celsius, which is like 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty toasty here. So.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Yeah,
we just got past our week of stormy, cloudy every day, rainy. So now we're back to the hot.
Yeah, we need rain. I need rain so I can go dance in the rain. That'd be
Yeah,
so
we don't.
cool. You know what I mean?
We're out of rain. We're all out of rain. You'll have to back order it on Amazon, maybe Temu.
Oh yeah.
You tried Temu?
Rain. Again, we could try cloud seeding.
Yeah, you got rainmakers.
Order a cloud seeding. Cloud seeding.
That might not be legal.
Yeah, why not? So. Anyway.
Sorry, there's a cat in my background.
Yeah, I heard. I think the early listeners might have heard that cat meowing as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you want to get to the stories, or should anything else to say before we go?
I guess the only other personal news is I'm trying out a new GTA city, Garden City. It's been pretty interesting. I have a pending lawsuit against the police department, so we'll see how that goes.
Remind me after, and I'll make a guy. I'll hop on in. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I am a criminal on this roleplay server.
Oh.
I gotta make sure clearly it's a roleplay. It's not. I'm not doing crime, but I enjoy pretending to do crime.
Okay. I'm ready.
But anyways, if I have more news about Garden City, you guys will hear about it. So far, I'm kind of liking it. But I am ready to jump into our first one about something about Joe, right? I did it, Joe.
Yep.
We know who I is. From BBC, Kamala Harris wins enough support to clinch Democratic nomination. So I know a couple days ago I had mentioned she was at like 1,100. I don't even know what the number to get to is, but whatever that number is, I guess she's there.
Yeah.
She's there. She did it, Joe.
Kind of.
This actually even says 1 day ago, so we're a little late here. She has even more. That's a weird photo of her.
I remember that. That's why I did that. Remember? We did.
Who's in the background? Is that Joe?
Secret Service. Because look, she wasn't even vice president at the time, and they got better Secret Service than the federal president.
Well, this is a guy next to a tree. I'm not going to say this is better. This looks just as shoddy, to be honest. Why is there not a guy by this tree? This one right here.
Off topic quickly here. So there's the Olympics in Paris going on, starting soon, and apparently a Canadian player flew a drone over the French team, but they caught her, and there was a big no-no, and now they're talking about suspending her. And all I'm thinking is, like, this person flew a drone above a soccer team, but that Matthew, or whatever his name was, Cook, who shot Trump, flew a drone hours over. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, like, same thing, except they didn't care about crooks for some reason.
Tighter security at the Olympics, which is good.
Hey, you're getting ahead of yourself. I think we're going to talk about that
just
tonight
saying
a little bit
that's
more.
Sorry, but I'm just saying that's good, but,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to get too ahead of that because I do think we're going to talk about that again tonight.
Are we?
Because it's still not over.
No. Oh, weird.
But anyways, let's get back to Kamala. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured the support of a majority of Democratic delegates to become the party's nominee for president. Now, to be fair, they haven't actually casted their votes, so she's has them promised to her verbally.
But
type
Obama hasn't supported her yet. So Michelle Obama. She doesn't
have Obama yet.
Not yet. So
that's like the last big name she could get, really. Because all the other names, I'm pretty sure have been.
Here, I'm gonna go. So there's this website I've been going to. It's called predictit.org, and you can like bet on who you think. And again, no financial advice, but I've been watching this. So right now, Kamala has 89 cents. So for every 89 cents you give, you'll win $1 if she wins. And Michelle Obama is 5 cents. So if you actually think Michelle Obama will win, you can put money down, and for every 5 cents, you'll get 95 cents back. But yeah, that's just it. But it's kind of neat. It gives you the odds what they think are, and they're usually pretty good. But
wow, what have you looked at their past results?
I've over the last few, like they were pretty good.
How many points did Biden have in 2020? Or how many cents was he?
I don't know how to look that up.
What would he have been? Oh, well.
Okay.
I wish we could know that, because like, how much could I have made on Biden? Because he won. Yeah. We know he won. He was the right bet. And I'm sure that website existed 4 years ago. Why wouldn't it?
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
I can't think of any 2022 things to ask, so. But anyways, so a survey by the Associated Press on Monday evening said she had received the endorsement of more than the 1,976 delegates needed to win the nomination in the first round of voting. Okay, I don't know this process very well.
Yeah, but either do I. First round of voting. So.
I wonder if the rounds are going to matter if there's nobody else who reaches the threshold. If she's the only one that reaches the threshold, maybe it just ends.
Did she just get it? Yeah, just like.
Because I don't think there's going to be anybody else who can get that many delegates.
And that's Obama comes in. Like, I think with Michelle.
Wow, that would shake up everything.
I'm just saying that that'd be. But come on, this is a year of that. Like, come on, this is a year for that to happen. Out of all years,
she also has zero political experience, so why would she?
Nor did Trump.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But if I were to ask that question with the why would he to Trump, I have an answer to it.
And Michelle Obama's like, well,
I don't have an answer for Obama.
And Michelle would be like, well, I got my husband by my side, and he did such a good job before. Mm-hmm. So.
I don't know. I think you're just running on name recognition too much. Yeah. Because, I mean, I think that 5 cents makes it kind of clear.
I just want to clip this.
They just want your money. They just want your money.
If Michelle Obama wins, I kind of want to clip this. So, you know what I mean, down the road. So.
Because you also have to remember that that's not really necessarily showing the odds of that happening.
No,
that's showing how much money they think you'll be dumb enough to pay. Like, how low do I have to make this for somebody who will for Obama to pay it? 5 cents? Is that not low enough? We'll lower it to 4 cents tomorrow in case you want to do 5 cents.
But
I think that shit's happening there too. Is to really care about the odds. It's more of a Vegas perspective of the house needs to win.
I don't use it.
Of course, the house needs to win.
I don't use it. I just look at it because it's something to watch.
Right, and here at the Banter, we're not saying to go gamble, right? We're not. I know we're on kick, so we could say that, but we don't say that.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
I mean, gambling can cause like mental health issues just as much as anything else. So
weren't you just playing a fake game before we started?
Yeah, GTA.
Yeah.
What's
was
that?
And gambling on GTA. Oh yeah.
Oh well, no. The gambling thing I was doing is a different thing. It's free money. It's not real.
It's not real. But what happens still?
When I run out, I do that thing I did where I try to get the free money again, but I got zero. So
you lost. You lost it all, right?
So I just wait till I get the free money again.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, but it's free money and you still lose it. So the odds of you winning.
Right, exactly. Every bit of free money I've ever gotten.
That's what I'm
and
trying
the
to
crazy
get
thing
at,
is this website I do it on tracks it. So I can actually tell you how much fake money I've lost, how down I am. I'm incredibly down in fake money.
Yeah, so.
And they give it to you like hundreds at a time. Like I get 100 or 150, and I'm down thousands, right? So it's not close. Like, anyways, how do we get to gambling? Oh, right, the odds of president shit.
You said go.
So, yeah, 1,976. It becomes official when the party delegates hold a roll call vote ahead of next month's Democratic National Convention in Chicago. So that roll call soon. Yeah, if it has to be ahead of next month, Delegates are people who are selected to represent their electoral area. Their pledges of support are non-binding until the vote, but unlikely to change. Yeah, these are just the random ass people who are just gonna say, for this huge swath of people.
See, we
want Harris.
See, that's now okay, I don't really know how that gets, but isn't that very like undemocratic? Like,
well, I mean, if you look at what people want, people don't want Biden. So I feel like what's happening is democratic. So
yeah,
no.
but like, who says you want
no? Because I'm seeing democracy happen. Joe is out because the people willed it. Now it took the donors, but
that's the worst part about it. But why? But who says they want Harris?
No one says we want Harris. We said we don't want Biden.
Oh yeah, okay.
So we got not Biden. And
that's how
Trump we weren't
won.
Specific. We weren't specific.
That's how Biden kind of won 2020 because he wasn't Trump. Like.
Well, and Kamala's running the same platform. Yeah. She's not Trump.
Yeah, but it worked.
A lot of people voting for Democrats are purely just not voting for Republican.
Yeah. So.
And there's a pretty good reason for it. Republicans have no track record for helping people's material condition.
I thought it was funny though. None. They're just like, oh, this is like. They're like, oh,
they don't care about people's
material. They're going on and saying
health.
that Republicans won't vote for her. I read something about that. I'm like, well, click. Yeah, of course not. I don't think these
Republicans vote for her. What?
But they were. It was a race-based story. It was cheap. It was a cheap website, like one of these not fake, but low-budget websites. But they're like, yeah, they're not going to vote for her because she's black. It's like, no, it's because she's.
Oh, that's why, not the D.
Okay, maybe that's one reason, but they weren't going to vote for Biden. So you know what I mean? Like it was just one of those race bait click things where I'm sure they got paid as soon as I clicked on them by 20 ads. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you gotta watch out for that. A lot of people want you to just click right now, and they don't care what it takes to get you to click. Like I mean, they'll say crazy things like, "I did it, Joe."
Yeah, exactly. I did it, Joe. Click that button.
I mean, we're guilty of trying to get people to click too, but I feel like we're offering them something.
Yeah, we don't really clickbait it. We talk about it.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about Joe and Joe Biden.
And we're just offering you an entertainment show. Like that's all we're doing here. Yeah. So anyways, no one has publicly stepped forward to challenge Miss Harris. Is it Miss? Is she not married? I don't even know.
I thought she was
since
married.
President Joe Biden left the race. I know she doesn't have kids because they're making a big deal about that, but I thought she was married.
Did have kids. I thought she had kids. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh god damn it! I actually.
Kids are just like. Because I heard someone was like, "Well, Trump never fathered. Trump never gave birth." So I was like,
"Yeah,
okay.
She's married to Douglas Emhoff since
BBC.
2014. So they've been married for 10 years."
Does she have any kids or no?
Let's see.
She has a stepdaughter. I know that.
First marriage, Douglas made her a mamala to her 2 stepchildren. Okay, Douglas came into the marriage with 2 kids. Maybe that's where you were seeing it.
But she's not a mother. She's a mother, but she's not. She didn't give birth. Because I read something about Trump didn't give birth. I'm like, okay, well, I guess Harris. Harris didn't give birth either. But again,
so Ella and Cole
gonna be a lot
are.
Of this stuff. Now that she's running, there's gonna be a lot of this stuff on both sides, playing stupid stories like that, saying, like, remember, like, I'm not gonna lie, we were watching Big Brother the other day, and what did the chick say? I want to be the first mother.
The first married mom to win
the game.
Big Brother.
It's like, what are you talking about? The first.
And apparently it required both those qualifiers. Like, there's been a married person and there's been a mom. Like, so she needed both qualifiers. Like, come on. It also reminds me of wrestling. They like to do first ever matches in wrestling. It's ridiculous. They get egregious with it. They'll also just straight up lie and say for the first time ever and have a match I saw.
Yeah.
Within a year of it. It's the second time.
Yeah. Like,
The Rock and John Cena. Oh my God! First time ever, or some shit. Like, it's so dumb. All right, so let's see. Is there gonna be anything else in this article? Otherwise, I think that's about it, right? She's got the number. Nobody else is in the race.
For now, yeah. So.
It says they cast their votes scheduled to take place from 1 to 7 August. So first week of August. So we'll definitely report back to confirm. I assume it's just gonna happen. There's no one, fighting it.
Now, question: do you think Harris will win?
Against Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can I just show you something here?
I think actually, let me correct that answer. I'm going to make it more nuanced. It depends on her VP pick.
Okay. So
if she picks a Zionist VP, no.
She
will not win.
Going back to fourth.
She needs to pick somebody who's not a Zionist.
Going back to her 4th episode, I just happened to turn this on and click in a random spot, and I found this, and I'm gonna play
let's
it.
hear it.
I haven't played it for you yet. Are you watching?
Yes.
Okay, you ready? Okay, here it is.
They're in charge of us too.
If Harris ran for president, do you think she'd win?
Harris? No.
Yeah.
If
What
she
about
was-
Michelle? Hear that?
Harris? No.
Yeah, okay, I just thought that was so funny because I asked you that back here, right? I'm sorry, but things have changed.
That was episode 4, so that was
episode 4.
way
that
before
was
a lot of it.
340 days ago.
No, I don't believe.
But you said
she's talking about it, but like, imagine Michelle friggin' Harris.
oh,
Obama Harris.
Primaries.
Yeah.
The thing is, you have to be able to believe somebody can make it through the Democratic primaries.
I don't know. I think Biden's in charge
Which,
right now.
if you look at that, what I said
Biden,
there, she didn't make it through the
no,
primary.
she didn't. You know, no,
She did not make it through. That's
Now I'm gonna
true.
have to come back.
She's
and-
getting in the other way.
I want to come back and watch some of this episode because I really want to know what else we said. You know, I clicked that. It's like, hey, like, what do you think Harris will win? And you're like, no. It's just so weird. What are the odds? You know what I mean? And I don't think I was.
Yeah, and you asked me today, and now the answer's a
different, but-
yes or a maybe no, but most likely yes.
Things
like-
change. Things change. All right. But
Well,
like,
yeah, and that's because she found her way past the thing I didn't think she could do.
And for the record, though, we didn't
so-
timestamp videos in. I did not timestamp videos, so.
That's
I hope,
fine.
Did I do that right? Where people at home saw that? I hope they did. I think I did it right, but
Yeah, and I don't.
all
I
that
don't
there's
think
nothing to
they
see anyway.
remember.
But you would have heard it. Hopefully, yeah, you would have heard it. You just didn't.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyway.
Well, and all you needed to was here, and
Yeah.
hopefully not confuse it with the
friggin'
current,
Obama.
not past Mike and Dustin.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Harris. Why are we doing Miss? Mrs. Harris is due to appear in the key swing state of Wisconsin on Tuesday at a rally in Milwaukee that marks her first campaign event since Biden made his decision and said he's endorsing his deputy.
Oh shoot.
Meanwhile, Biden's going to go back to the White House and keep spreading COVID.
Oh well, almost a perfect episode until I did that. Okay.
Biden's due to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu this week. So I hope he still has, you know how you're still technically, even after you no longer had symptoms, you still kind of technically had COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
I hope Joe still has
No,
enough of it for Ben.
He came out. Of
No joke.
The other video he came out the other day, when the first video of him, he was walking with a mask in his hand, but he's walking coming out
In his
like,
hand?
Why is it in your hand, you idiot? You know, like.
I mean, I can understand if you took it off after exiting the building, but it was clear he removed it before
Yeah.
exiting.
Yeah.
He was holding it as he came out. I mean, he
He
removed
was
it
in the
before
car.
exiting.
He was in the car too, right? So.
Right. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, if you use them wrong, they are pointless. Like, you completely defeat the purpose of wearing it for an hour if you take it off in front of 30 people for a minute and a half, like right at the end. You've defeated that whole purpose. But anyways, we already know Biden doesn't really seem to care about spreading it. He didn't. Yeah,
At the-
he said
yeah.
he went to isolation, but I don't.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
He met with a bunch of people. There was a ton of people because they kept saying how everyone was meeting with him to get him to step down. So, look, I wish him luck. I don't want him to die from COVID.
Like I said, I want him to retire. I want him to go
He
sit
did
on the
the
door
thing
with
I
his eyes.
asked for now. I don't want
Yeah.
anything more from Phil. He did what I needed. He stepped down.
Okay.
That's all I wanted from Joe.
I don't know if we do have much more on this.
No, and it's now getting into Netanyahu, and I'm scared to scroll because it's going to recap the whole thing about Israel again. And
Yeah.
We don't. We've
We
done
talked
that
about
enough.
that
We don't
many
need
times.
to. So let's move on to talk about the other side of the aisle.
By the way, I'm gonna email BBC and tell them they screwed up on the article.
part?
The miss part.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna do it right after this.
You're going to
Yeah.
actually take the time.
I wrote a note.
Everyone will.
I wrote a note right there to do it. I'm gonna be like, hey.
Okay, if you don't
So-
have a note, we will forget. We always do an after
yeah.
the banter recap of the things we said
Yeah,
we'd do,
but we
and
forget.
we never remember any of
And
it.
we could watch a show,
full,
but
full transparency. Whatever
Yeah.
we said on Monday that we were going to follow up and do,
we're not.
we don't remember.
From CBS News, Trump's campaign files complaint with FEC seeking to keep Biden's from transferring campaign funds to Harris. Okay. Are there campaign
We're trying
rules
to
about
talk
that?
The other hour, we're still talking about Biden Harris.
Yeah. Is there rules about that?
I don't know if there are rules though. The FEC would be who would know it.
Yeah.
Federal, whatever.
I don't know what the FEC means.
I don't know.
I've heard it before, but I don't know what it means.
There's a good picture of Joe. That encapsulates everything. Federal Election Commission, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The former President Donald Trump's campaign has filed a complaint with the FEC claiming the transfer of funds from the Biden re-election campaign to the Harris presidential campaign is a violation of campaign finance rules, although the funds raised have been authorized for both President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Oh, that's an interesting thing. I mean, she technically was running with that same campaign,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So that kind of muddies this water, right? A little bit.
Yeah, because, huh?
It's filed against Biden, Harris, the Biden campaign, and the Treasury.
Oh, it was all planned from the start. Because most of the time they didn't really call it the Trump Prince. They called it the Trump. They didn't call it the friggin' Clinton. Who was his VP? I don't even know. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why they called it the Biden Harrison thing from the start. So when if he croaked or he steps down, they're like, well, she's part of the campaign because it was the Biden Harris campaign.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, that's yeah. So, but okay. So yeah. Well, so what happened? How much money did he have?
Well, I don't know. It says Kamala Harris is seeking to perpetrate a $91.5 million heist of Joe Biden's leftover campaign
Heist.
cash.
Heist.
That's why I was trying to figure out who said this.
Yeah.
This must be the Trump campaign. A brazen money grab that would constitute the single largest excessive contribution and biggest violation in the history of the Federal Election Campaign Act of 1971.
Okay.
Excessive contribution. Okay, everyone here at the Banter has heard me rant about this. Make a pact.
Yeah.
If this is a problem, if they say, oh, you can't do that, they're going to make a pack and just move the money to the pack.
Or refund the money, and then everybody can just send it again.
Refund the money, and then the money goes back to the pack. And it's like, you can't stop this. What are you doing? Also, I did hear that she broke the single day 24-hour
but
campaign.
Yeah, but also what I heard is they were counting this
by like 40 million.
They were counting this 91 million though, is from what I heard. So
that would be odd because this 91 million was raised over a much longer period of time.
yeah, but it was given to her. But
it happened in a day, but that would be unfair to count it.
so
as
I think that's what they're doing because they're not lying. They're not lying. But
profession, I actually do accounting software, and we would separate that. That wouldn't be considered a contribution.
Okay.
That would be an exchange.
But then you're right. Therefore, this is an illegal, and therefore it would be an illegal transfer from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris because it's not a pact. It'd be a donation and FAC or FCA, whatever it's called.
Yeah, but the FEC never actually does anything. They have no enforcement branch.
I know. I'm just rambling now. But
so the Trump campaign's just flooding swies right now.
Yeah.
Swatting swies. What am I saying?
Spies
Anyways.
fighting.
Slotting flies.
Okay.
The Trump campaign's general counsel David Warrington accuses them of quote, filing fraudulent forms with the commission purporting to repurpose one candidate's principal campaign committee for the use of another candidate. Oh, wait, they did forms. They filled out forms.
Okay. Well. All right. Well.
Were these not the right forms, or were they the right forms and the Trump campaign's just stupid again? Because they've lost a ton of things in the courts. Because they come up with the dumbest shit.
But.
Because they just want the clickbait. They want the article. They don't need the actual outcome. The article's enough.
Yeah, but I don't know enough. I don't know about that 1971 law.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't recommend going back and reading the.
Yeah, that's the
Federal
Election Campaign
Act of 1971.
That's probably quite a bit. So.
Or the subsequent one that allowed superpower.
Yeah.
There's no provision in federal campaign finance law for Kamala Harris to take over Joe Biden's candidacy now by quite literally attempting to become him via an amendment of his Form 2, assuming control of his campaign by amending Form 1 and making off with all of his cash. Oh, he's citing specific forms now, but
Okay.
Form 1? Form 2? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you're supposed to use Form 3.
Maybe, but
These don't sound like you know what you're talking about. Just so you know, Warrington, you sound less smart when you just call it Form 1, right? Like, if it were the 10, like a 10
See, look at
for your taxes, like it has the number reference, not just
Harris
1.
and the Harris campaign, noting that that campaign was originally registered with the FEC is called the Principal Campaign Committee for both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So they planned it ahead. They're like, yeah, well, let's. So
they had an old guy,
Yeah.
and they should plan ahead. Is it illegal to plan ahead?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this is premeditation of
But
premeditation of form premeditation. Yeah, premeditation of Form 1. Premeditation of Form 1, Dustin. You know how that? No, that's a crime of the FEC. So
Wait,
I don't know. Premeditation of Form 1. So
do you know how the FEC was formed?
I'm joking.
It's one of those unelected branches. It's one of the swamp. Trump hates the swamp, but this literally is the swamp. So it's funny the Trump campaign is trying to use the swamp.
So they just been renamed from the Harris to rename from the Harris, rename Harris President, Harris, what, oh my God. They just renamed Harris for President, Harris Victory Fund, and Harris Act Fund. So they changed the name, there's that 3 of them? I guess if they have 3.
At least one FEC commissioner has already indicated she agreed that if Harris became the nominee, she would have legal access to the campaign funds.
Okay.
Sarah Lindenbaum?
Alright. So
Yeah, here's the X. The tweet. Do we still call them tweets?
I think we still call them tweets. So
this is just Fox News asking?
yeah, I don't know.
If
Kamala
Harris
Harris
becomes the Democrat Party presidential nominee, does she get access to the campaign cash? Yes, because when the Biden President Committee filed its registration statement with the FEC, it registered itself as the Presidential Campaign Committee for both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Okay, there you go.
Cool.
Yes. Hey.
I mean, if that's how it works, I don't know these federal election laws. Nobody does. I think that's the point. They don't want us to know. Republicans may be jealous that Democrats are energized to defeat Donald Trump and his MAGA allies, but baseless legal claims like the ones they've made for years to try to suppress votes and steal elections will only distract them while we sign up volunteers to talk to voters and win this election. Harris campaign spokesperson said.
So Harris campaign said Tuesday it ranked up more than 100 million in new donations between Sunday afternoon and Monday evening after Mr. Biden, President Biden, you mean, ended his bid for re-election and endorsed her. That's weird. Why would they call him Mr. Biden?
I don't know. They've been doing that this whole article with the Miss Harris. And
I don't know.
Biden.
Yeah, like I don't know, Mr. Biden ended his bid for re-election and endorsed her. The total includes money raised across Harris campaign, the DNC committee, and joint fundraising committees. So,
Okay, so they're not saying it's talking about that above thing.
but that was only 100 million. So and
I
they,
mean, only that's a lot.
I'm not saying I know, but Trump had like 140 or something like that. So 140 or 150. So that 90 million would be what you said, 40 million more than the 150. I just said a lot of numbers there, but
You did not follow any of it. Basically, this article hasn't confirmed what you were saying.
Yeah.
Where the
But it said-
1 million is counted in this thing, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. Because if it's not included, then that means she's got 190 million in her war chest right now, which is a lot. If it's not, if it is included, she still has 100 million in her war chest. Still a lot. It's enough to scare Trump. That's why he's really not wanting her to have money. Because now he has to spend more money. So he doesn't want her to have money. Warrington's complaining. He also accused Biden's campaign of making excessive contributions to Harris, saying, "This is little more than a thinly veiled $91 million excessive contribution." Okay, yeah. So he's arguing that it's literally just Joe donating to Harris, which would, of course, be a problem. He'd need to go through a PAC,
yeah.
which he could if he really wanted him to.
But
And
doesn't he?
they
But no,
criticize him for doing
but
it,
see
by
the
way.
thing
They
is though.
used a dark money PAC.
But he can't because doesn't he have to? He can't just spend it on that. He has to spend it on campaign. Isn't there campaign rules to spend that money on? And donating it is not. You can't.
What's the wording of that? I mean,
I don't know. That's but it's like that's kind of
I'm
like.
trying to get the Democrat elected with this money.
Yeah, but that's not for his campaign. It's supposed to be for his
The
campaign.
Democrat elected with this money.
If I donated money, to a guy, then he's like, no, what? I'm gonna go give it to this person, and I don't like that person. Like, hey, what the like? That's, like, I don't know.
It's a mockery of our campaign finance laws. No, you know what makes a mockery of our campaign finance laws? Tax, you dipshits.
So,
I didn't hear any of these people complaining about this 91 million. Before this 91 million, I didn't hear any of them talking about the problem of PACs, like I have on the show. It's a problem because I'm a person who can't make a contribution that matters in comparison to what the PACs can do.
Yeah, it's like $1,200 or is it $2,300, something like that? I forget.
Yeah, I've got some crazy limit. It's like this low. It's like 1,200. Versus the PAC, a company can just fucking shovel it by the millions, literally. Trump openly asked the oil lobby for $1 billion.
Yeah.
I don't know if they gave it, but they might have. They could. Oh, it's limited to 2,000. See, we should just read.
Yeah. The other federal candidates, are limited to 2,000. So does that mean that federal candidates can't commit? Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, Biden for president is seeking to make it a big.
45,000 times.
Yeah. I'm glad they did that. Thanks, guys. So,
They're also saying since he dropped out before transferring the funds, he's prohibited from keeping the funds.
well,
He should have done all the money stuff and then
yeah.
dropped out.
So,
Give everybody a super heads up.
but yeah, but to try, I guess.
He stepped down wrong. They're criticizing the way he stepped down. You didn't step down the right way.
Mike Pence said he was a great guy for doing it.
Yeah, actually, Pence is a piece of shit, but at least he's got a real, a normal take. Like, and also he's had some normal takes regarding Trump, and that's why he's not going to be the VP pick again. Right?
Yeah, he wasn't going to be.
When's Trump going to pick his?
He already did.
Oh no, he did. He did.
VD Vance. VD Vance.
That's right.
JD Vance. Yeah. Kamala's now.
And his is official because they've done their thing.
Unless it is what I said in the clip there. It's a friggin' Obama Harris ticket.
It could be.
If that comes true, I'm gonna be like, wow, but that's just me. Okay. I don't know if this.
Yeah. That's probably about it. The Trump campaign seems to be very certain, and the one SEC person or FEC person that they heard from thinks the exact opposite. So we'll see. Okay, that is I was about to say, how does this keep going?
Keep
and they're
going,
doing some other
going.
court challenges too. I don't know if that's what this is talking about, but they're trying to do all kinds of stuff to say it's unfair to switch.
But I'm pretty sure the Democrats would try too if there was any chance they could if there was a reverse role, the roles were reversed, and maybe they both fail, but they both are gonna try.
Yeah, I mean it's just how the baseball game works at this point, right?
Okay.
Well, I would like to say we're going to move on, but we're not going to move on because we're going to keep talking about Trump.
Okay.
All right, NBC has this one. National Security. Secret Service Director steps down. Keating calls to quit after Trump assassination attempt.
Here.
So you heard it here
Do you got a
first.
second? Do you got a second?
Hey,
Do you got a second? I got a clip. I got a clip for that. No, I don't. I'm joking.
You're not going to let me
Yeah,
say
go on.
it.
What were you going to say?
Mike
Yeah.
was right.
Oh, I know. Hey!
But do you have a clip of me saying that she's not? She's just going to fire somebody?
Yeah, well, yeah, I should have had that ready. That would have been pretty funny to have that ready. Like, hey, I got a clip. So,
Yeah. Let's
So,
do
that was just last
Mike
episode.
actually got this one right. He was calling for it, and I was thinking, no, people are dicks, right? And
The pressure got to her.
She actually did it.
Yeah.
So that's surprising. Both Republican and Democratic lawmakers had demanded the resignation of the Secret Service Director, Kimberly Cheadle, after a contentious hearing Monday. And that was the thing. We actually went through several of those names. It was names you wouldn't see next to each other agreeing on.
A lot of people are like, oh, it's a I heard a lot of people say it's Republicans. It's like, no, the Democrats are upset too because the Secret Service protects the Democrats. But it's like the Secret Service protects them.
They protect them all.
It's just like, they're like, yes, we don't want to have some incompetent person running the show,
Right. And her 4-hour and 40-minute deposition was embarrassing. I mean, she literally would not answer anything.
But
literally, this is the moment we want answers, and she just said, nah. Why not give them if you're gonna fucking step down? Give them. What are you gonna do? Get fired for giving them? And so now we just don't get them, and you've stepped down. So now what? We get nothing?
Yeah.
Probably,
Exactly.
Never get answers.
That's probably exactly why they're like. They probably went to.
Wait 60 years to find out.
They probably went up to him like, unless Trump becomes president, then they'll probably try their really hardest. I mean,
Well,
never
Trump
mind.
did say he was going to release the JFK stuff,
Yeah.
but ultimately we only got a piece. We don't have the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, even his promise he couldn't fully keep. They told him no.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's a reason. There's parts of that Kennedy thing you're not allowed to know.
Yeah,
Or
that's-
not allowed to know. You're Canadian,
that's-
you might be allowed to know.
that's crazy though, you know. And like
I'm not.
some people are like,
There's
yeah, it's
nothing
not a
I'm
big
not
deal. It's like there's something. There's we should know why. Like we should be.
We gotta
That's
wait
some,
another 60
yeah.
years, Mike. Just
Okay.
60 more, and everyone will probably be dead.
Should we write that down, or do you think we'll remember to talk about that?
I think you could just do a remind me on Reddit.
Okay, for sure.
Like a exclamation mark remind me 4 years.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Cheadle. U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle has stepped down. After calls for her to do so. Well, I already said that.
Yeah.
In her resignation letter obtained from a senior official who received it, Cheadle wrote that the, quote, scrutiny over the last week has been intense and will continue to remain as our operational tempo increases. She added she takes, quote, full responsibility for the security lapse. I mean, the fact that she's literally stepping down now, I actually kind of think she is taking responsibility.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. But it's very weird how
The
they.
scrutiny is going to continue, so I think they're still looking for who actually was in charge of the teams that fucked
Yeah.
up. 'Cause, like,
And maybe that's why she's stepping
it's not
down.
just the head.
She's like, hey, I'm stepping down, but they'll be able to. They'll be able to subpoena her still. She's not gonna get away with this.
Oh
you
no,
know?
yeah, she's going to definitely
Like-
be brought in front of them again.
Like, no,
Especially
like-
how crappy her answers were. They're going to
Yeah.
try to do that again, right? In light of recent events, it is with a heavy heart that I have made the difficult decision to step down as your director.
No, yay.
She's been in charge of the agency since 2022. Yeah, well, this is like
Yeah.
nothing. Barely been there.
Now I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she was like the CEO of Frito PepsiCo or whatever.
Oh, that sounds pretty bad. Is she? Really?
Yeah, and then she went to that. Like here, are you gonna fact check me on that right away? Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna go to her wiki
Oh.
and see what her career says, because that should be in there, right?
Oh, for sure.
She served as a senior director at global security at PepsiCo,
Yeah. Okay.
2019 to 2022. That must be what you mean, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's okay.
Senior director of global security. So that's a pretty high up position. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
So she went from protecting Pepsi to the president.
true.
Like okay.
Pepsi is pretty important.
Yeah. Coke's better, but you know, like.
Now, Biden awarded her a presidential rank award for exceptional performance.
Biden gave
2021.
a whole bunch
That
of
was prior to
awards.
her leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, Biden gave awards to a lot of people for some reason, you know, like.
And Biden is
Yeah.
also the one who appointed her the director in 2022 that we're seeing here.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. So she's like, yeah, I gotta step down. So does he get a call up a new one now? Maybe that's why they're like,
Yeah,
oh, what?
probably.
Oh, maybe that's
But-
it. They're like fire, make her step down so they can appoint someone else before Trump gets in. And Trump might not be able to set fire. I don't know, because maybe they can't fire them. I don't know how that works.
I don't know if they can.
Yeah. So,
You'd think if they could, they just would have. But Biden's also asleep, so
yeah. It's
it's
unclear.
unclear when her last day would be. Yeah, because I thought it would just go all the way up. Like I think the last time I said it was the executive branch, so it would go all the way up to the top of the executive. The president would, in theory, be able to fire her. But
Yeah. So.
in a statement, Joe Biden thanked Cheadle for her service, saying he will appoint her successor to lead the Secret Service soon. Okay.
You appoint her so yeah,
But if
there.
he doesn't, then
Then
Kamala or
Trump can.
Donald would.
Yeah. But that would be
Right.
January 20th, so I'm sure he'd call it
Right.
way before that.
We would need a director before then.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
Jesus, we just had a security lapse. We can't.
There
just not
shouldn't.
have a
Yeah,
director.
there should be one right now. There should be one appointed right now. Like.
Yeah, exactly. We all know what happened that day can never happen again. I mean, it can,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't. I wish Biden could speak.
Yeah.
It
Should
definitely
not have,
can,
yeah.
And the fact that it can is what the Secret Service needs to be preparing for.
Yeah.
If the can really was never, we wouldn't need.
And get bigger people. Like I don't know. Like
bigger people, you don't like.
I'm like I'm not trying to be a dick, but that like it's true. Like they were covering Trump's head with their hand because they weren't big enough to cover him. You know, it's like their hands aren't gonna stop a bullet. Like
Oh yeah, those hands.
you know, like
Here's
that one woman was a foot shorter than him. Like what is she? She's trying, and all the power to them. They all did jump on him and risk their lives. Yes, but defeats the purpose when you can't cover his head. You know, like, but
Yeah, no, I mean that seemed like that was should have been like the first thing you train on is how
Yeah.
to cover a person so that their head is completely.
And I think they
exposed to
tried.
their heart.
I think they
And
tried.
major arteries.
But Trump's 6'4". You know, like he's tall. Like
Tall,
gotta get people on that.
Well, you want to do the Trump quote here?
No,
He shouts at the end, so I thought
Yeah.
maybe you'd like it.
go for it. Take it away.
Okay. The Biden-Harris administration did not properly protect me. I was forced to take a bullet for democracy. It was my great honor to do so.
I think you kind of butchered that, but yeah.
Look, this is nonsense. Also, I mean, this is
So.
this is gibberish. He
Well,
was forced to take a bullet.
you right, like
Really?
yeah.
Forced?
Oh.
You could have stepped down the day before this happened, dumbass. You could step down today. There's no one forcing you. Step down. Stop running. I said it to Joe.
Too
I said
late
it to
now.
Donald. Step down. You're too old.
Yeah, watch this. He does now. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore either.
While I'm on the topic,
So.
Nancy.
So she's rerunning
I
though.
forgot about you.
She's
No,
rerunning.
no.
Yeah, she is.
Oh,
I
there
could
better
be.
a fucking.
Unless that was
there better be a
yeah.
protest about that. That she should have a primary. She needs to be gone. And again, she has to step down for it to happen. I don't know how that happens. How these crypt keepers get into a position where the only person who can make them stop is themselves. How does that happen? But Mike won't say it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Friday
yeah,
she
they're
will
not
run
back
for
on. But
election.
Comer
Yeah.
said- we said all these things. This is Comer.
This is back in September of 2003, but she's like she will run for re-election in 2024. So
That is just.
yeah. So
Well, we should cover that when we start seeing it. But this thing, they won't even tell you because it's the kind of thing where she's the only one on the ticket. There's nobody else to vote for type shit.
so
You're full of shit today, Nancy Mace said. Oh, yeah, I actually remember I saw that clip where the congressperson literally told Cheadle, "You're full of shit today."
Oh, yeah?
And somebody
Huh.
started talking about decorum. But
Okay.
it needed to be said, you know? It should have been said when Zuckerberg and Musk and Bezos all came before them, too. They were
Yeah.
all three full of shit, too.
online lines.
And
the
this one
questions.
was
So.
Jobs ever there? I don't know if
Um,
Jobs ever made it there.
Okay. Well.
I think that's probably all we got on Kim Cheadle. She stepped down. Mike was right.
Okay. You know, mark
And since
that.
she chose to do it, there's
Check.
no like, there's no ifs or anything about it. It's just happening. All right. Next up, we have a story that I thought for sure was a follow-up on a story we ended up not being able to cover on the Banter.
But it's
I think
not.
we ended up taking the night off. And it took me a while to realize this is actually the same thing happening a second time.
Actually, that's what I thought too. Is like that's something else, but this
Yeah.
is something completely different.
But also the same.
Yeah, but so
So,
from AP News, Missouri prison ignores court order to free wrongfully convicted inmate for a second time in weeks. So yeah, that's the night we took off. We talked about this female who was, I believe, was a female who was locked
it was
up.
going to be Sandra Hemme,
So,
and
yeah.
she is included in this article right here. Sandra Hemme was who we were
Okay.
going to talk about,
Yeah.
and now it's happening to a guy named Christopher Dunn.
So for the second time in a week, the Missouri prison has ignored court order to release an inmate whose murdered conviction was overturned. Just as in the case of Sandra Hemme, Hayline, actions by the state attorney general are keeping Christopher Dunn locked up. So,
Yeah.
who is their state attorney?
Well, let's see. I'm sure we're going to call out the guy. St. Louis Circuit Judge Jason Singheiser on Monday tossed out Dunn's conviction for a 1990 killing. Dunn,
Okay.
52, has spent 33 years behind bars, and he remained Tuesday at the state prison in Licking.
Looking, I guess, yeah, that's a weird
Is that
name.
a city?
Yeah.
It better be a city. The state of Missouri shall immediately discharge Christopher Dunn from its custody. Singheiser's ruling states. That's the judge.
Yeah.
Immediately discharged from custody. There's no ambiguity about that. Whoever is keeping these people locked up, I don't get it. Dunn wasn't released after his conviction was overturned because Republican Attorney General, here we are, Andrew Bailey, there's your name, appealed the judge's ruling and were awaiting the outcome of that legal action. Missouri Department of Corrections spokeswoman Karen Podgman said in an email Tuesday.
Huh, so... Okay, so why does he want to keep him in there? Does he, that's
I
pretty
don't know.
messed up.
I didn't think you could appeal that. That didn't seem like an appeal situation. You know what I mean? The decision to keep Dunn incarcerated puzzled St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore, whose office investigated his case and determined he was wrongfully convicted, prompting a May hearing before Singheiser.
Okay.
In our view, the judge's order was very clear, ordering his immediate release. Based on that, we were considering what approach and what legal option we have to obtain Mr. Dunn's relief. He declined to specify what legal options were under consideration. That's odd. We don't even know how we're going to get these people out.
Yeah, that's crazy. So the prison could just do
judge
that?
Can say
So-
you're actually wrongfully convicted and should be released, and
Yeah.
somebody can go, I want to appeal that, actually. I want to keep them in there because I think they're guilty.
Yeah, that's...
I'm a Republican. I think they're guilty. That's really how dumb they are.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, hopefully it gets out. Hopefully we can talk about... Hopefully by Friday we can... Oh, it's not over. It looked like it was over.
These are those appointments I was talking about. Like
I thought it was over. It looked like with that line, I was like, it's over. That's it? Okay. So,
a circuit attorney.
Yeah.
Or wait, is that who it is? What even is that? Or no, this one. The attorney general. Yeah. I assume that's the Missouri State Attorney General, and not a federal thing. So, okay, this article does go into it. Dunn's situation is similar to what happened to Hemi, who's 64 years old and spent 43 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of a woman in St. Joseph in 1980. A judge on June 14th, that's actually not around when we want to cover it, weird, cited evidence of actual innocence. I assume that's a significant thing to say it that way, because we don't usually look at that evidence in that way.
and what was the AG's name? Sorry, again, one more time.
What's the what?
What was the AG's name?
I already forgot. Andrew Bailey.
Okay, yeah, crazy. Okay.
Andrew Bailey.
So,
That is the villain of the piece. And overturned her conviction. She had been the longest held wrongly incarcerated woman known in the U.S., according to the Midwest Innocence Project, which worked to free Hemi and Dunn. My woman's is innocent, and also my man's is innocent.
Yeah.
We got a double here. I don't know if Jermaine's out there, but we found a double for you. What up, Lion? How's it going? You go get arrested again? So yeah, these people are freaking innocent, and they're trying to keep them in there. It's really ridiculous. But appeals by Bailey, that's the same guy, all the way up to the Missouri Supreme Court, kept Hemi imprisoned at the Chillicothe Correctional Center. During a court hearing Friday, Judge Ryan Horstman said that if Hemi wasn't released within hours, Bailey himself would have to appear in court with contempt of court on the table. She was released later that day.
So do the same thing to him.
Let's do that again.
Yeah.
Immediately. So. Bailey, release the person I said to release, or I'm putting you in there too. Duh. And he's doing this all the way up. He's trying to appeal at every level. And I don't know if this is going to go into the detail, but I know in Hemi's case, there were 3 levels of judges who all said she was innocent. And he just keeps appealing to the next level.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's silly when this many judges
hopefully,
have already seen the evidence.
Hopefully by Friday we'll have the exact same answer.
And if it were the other side of the coin, if the defense kept getting found guilty and wanting to appeal, they'd say, well, you need grounds for appeal. You can't just appeal. But the prosecution gets to just appeal without grounds? He should have had to have grounds to make every appeal for every level. He should have had to have a reason. What was done wrong in this case? What did that judge do that the next judge has to do differently? That's the whole point of appeals. It's not just to hear it again. You know? This shouldn't have been admissible. This fact should not have been in the record. This should have been stricken type shit. And the case should have been ruled without that included, or with this included type stuff. Introducing new evidence, or making old evidence not credible, or checking the DNA. I think is what it is in this case.
So
The judge scolded Bailey's office. Hey, I'm scolding you, Mike. Hey.
So yeah.
Alright, so the judge scolded Bailey's office for calling the Chillicothe warden and telling prison officials not to release Hemi after he ordered her to be freed on her own recognizance. So this attorney general took it upon himself to call the warden.
The office, not the AG. The office did. So.
Okay. I mean,
That is different.
sure,
That
he had his
like,
secretary.
I'm just saying, just for the record, right? Let's, yeah.
It wasn't clear if the Attorney General's office similarly called prison officials if the prison were done his house.
No, this it's in the next line surprises me here. Dunn's wife, 33 years, and so his wife. Good for her, I guess. Hey, like wow.
Well,
Maybe
I mean, sometimes
she.
you get married while in the clink. Actually, there's a.
We'll see. But she was married to him, and she was like, "I know you're innocent," like, and
Yeah,
she stepped by him the whole
that's
time, right?
Really powerful. Yeah.
Would hold off really celebrating until he's released out of prison, right? So
that makes me think that it is that case where they've been together
Yeah.
since this happened, and that's incredible for Pura.
yeah.
And insane that we did this to them, the Duns in
Yeah.
general. We as a society, we Americans, we did this with our criminal court system, our fucked up appeals system, but also the evidence wasn't there. These were wrongful convictions. These were not enough evidence to put these people in jail for this many years. Crazy shit. Meanwhile, we have like cops on film definitely doing things, and we could barely get 2 years type shit. Like crazy. So
Yeah.
we're overjoyed, and at the same time, we're also afraid to really exhale until Chris actually takes his first 3 steps. He's still in there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
Right
so
now.
hopefully by
He's
Friday,
there
like
right
I said,
now.
that's
That
hopefully by
innocent guy's
Friday
there.
he gets out. So,
So he was convicted of a first-degree
No,
murder in
so-
1990, shooting a 15-year-old kid.
okay.
Now, obviously, if you had shot and killed a 15-year-old kid, yeah, this number of
Yeah.
years is about right. But he didn't.
So yeah, yeah. Let's hope gets out in the next few days by tomorrow, and we can report it Friday.
Yeah, hopefully. I really hope to have a follow-up, because this needs to be ASAP, and there also needs to be, these people need to be compensated. We locked her up for 43 years and him up for 33 years. They have to get compensated. And that's where the Innocence Project has to fight, because that monetary compensation they do not want to give. So.
Okay. Well, does this go into too much more, or? I don't
What is
know.
this about an execution? Another hearing begins August 21 for Desiree Parcellis Williams. Bailey's office is opposing the challenge to Williams' conviction too. The hearing comes with urgency. Williams is scheduled to be executed. Oh, we're doing a third one, except that in this case, if we don't do this in time, he'll die.
Yeah. So.
I lived in Missouri. This is fucked. Right? Missouri is fucked. I left for a reason.
Okay.
That's
Well-
fucked up. Our follow-up better not be talking about Williams in September, I swear to God. Anyways, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Jermaine,
not gonna lie.
really rough.
I'm dying in my house. Like I'm dying. I got 1,000 fans on, and I'm still dying. Like, ooh. You know, like-
I'm already 50
This is a fan, for the record, everybody. I got a few of them, but yeah, it's a fan. You put it on your neck, and it feels pretty darn good.
So let's try to go a little quicker. Apologies to the audience if we go too quick. But
Yeah.
we'll try to wrap these last 3 up pretty quick. CNN has this one. The store clerk stole a $1 million lottery ticket.
You gotta do this. By CNN Business,
This
North
isn't
West,
like-
$1 million lottery ticket for somebody. Then this is what happens. The testing man orders $1 million jackpot. The detectives call him the next day. The ticket's been stolen, according to the authorities. Sorry, okay, my bad. Anyway, from
He
CNN.
can't publicly identify him. He's from Tennessee.
No, that's okay. From CNN, Tennessee man only learned he was the winner of a $1 million jackpot when detectives called him to tell him his winning ticket has been stolen, according to authorities. Huh, that's kind of crazy. The lottery winner, who did not want to be publicly identified, kudos, yep, bought 2 winning tickets at a Shell gas station in Murfreesboro, I can't say that, Tennessee. On the county sheriff's office said in the news release on Monday, one winning ticket has a prize of $40 and the other was $1 million ticket. The clerk at the gas station, sorry. So he had 2 tickets. He bought 2. And I guess one had 140
I
and
don't
one.
get this. So the guy bought 2, and the clerk stole one of them.
We'll find
They were
out.
both winners.
We'll find out. He stole both. Back up. Okay, let's go back up for a second. Yeah. A clerk at the gas station stole the ticket and tried to collect the prize, authorities said. Store video obtained. Yeah, store video obtained by. Because $40 tickets, you don't need to go to. You get paid out at the store, right? Yeah,
that's
but
the
so
payout right there.
store video obtained by investigators in Tennessee lottery shows Meet Patel scanning the ticket. According to authorities, to save time, the customer had only scratched off the front barcode. Those lazy pricks. I hate those. Yeah,
Like, come
yeah.
on,
I always hated that. Yeah, kids.
Just
Yeah,
had him scan it without
and
playing
then
the game on the
asked
ticket.
Patel to check if the tickets were winner. Authorities told CNN. Just scratch off the first front barcode. It'll tell you if you win or not, regardless of whether you scratch off everything showing how much you won, how much you won.
True.
It's true. Yeah. But yeah.
Now,
So
here's the problem.
Patel then placed the $1 million ticket in the trash. Authorities said later the video allegedly showed him taking out the trash, after which he removes the winning ticket and puts it in his pocket.
Not a terrible plan, except.
But doesn't it go? But see, but when you scan it, but the thing is, when you scan it, it doesn't go whoop whoop
Yeah,
whoop.
doesn't it like notify the database that hey, one of the big ones?
And the screen, there's screens at every single lotto place. Like there's a screen that tells you how much the lotteries are, right?
Yeah,
Like,
why wouldn't that be facing the customer?
So what I'm thinking, or what happened is the guy waits for this because he knows people do this, and he just scans the losing ticket, and he just happened to, he throws the losers in the garbage, and he's like, it's not a winner, do you want me to keep it? And they usually say no, so they just toss it in the garbage, right?
Well, especially because you're like, hey, this one's $40 and this one's nothing. You want me to
Yeah,
pass this one?
but I don't really, yeah, I don't think he even checks them until afterwards. I don't know. We'll have to see more about this,
So-
right?
Mr. Patel is then seen later in the video celebrating in the store after scratching off the front of the ticket and learning it was a $1 million winner. So he went in there and literally role played out, scratching and like, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god! Like he
Yeah,
literally had to do actor mode. I want to see the play.
Must, yeah. Players
First
claim.
prize
Yeah.
of 200,000 or more players must claim their winnings at the Tennessee Lottery's national. I didn't know it was 200,000. That's.
Well, you could probably go to a
if I have
casino.
$100,000 at a gas station to pay me?
No, you probably have to go to a casino for that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
So
Patel
That seems-
claims he tried to claim his prize from the Tennessee
It's-
Lottery, but employees there were suspicious.
you know how much it is here? It's $100 at most places, and then you have to go to a casino, then or the lottery center. So
Yeah, that's
you know, so yeah.
100, yeah.
So
So he went to the Tennessee Lottery Commission to claim the ticket as his own, and through their normal line of questioning, there were enough red flags for them to say, hey, you need to get all of your affairs in order and come back to us, and we're going to hold on to that ticket.
oh shit.
Patel is
So-
currently being held on a charge of theft of over $250,000.
Yeah.
Yes, that does matter.
It's $1,040,000. So
The sheriff's
Yep.
office has seen it. His bond is set at $100,000, and a hearing is scheduled for July 30th. It's pretty obvious. It's good enough for me to put in front of 12 jurors and make sure that they all come to the same conclusion. Yeah, he did this
unless
all
he
on camera,
unless he
I
pleads
think.
guilty,
literally
you know. So
well, yeah, and then I don't know what happens. Maybe he'll get a reduced charge or something.
So the sheriff's office reviewed the video to help to identify the man who bought the ticket. Less than a day later, Ward told the man, who was a father, he was a winner and convinced him to claim his winnings. Okay, if I got a call like that, I'd be like, fuck you, and hang up. Like, hey, sir, this guy scammed you at the lottery center. Here, we got a ticket for $1 million. I'm like, no. You know, like, no, you're lying to me. Unless he came and knocked on my door, right? The cops, right? But maybe not now. But now I'm going to get scammed, so I don't know.
Right.
The feel
Well,
good.
that's what they're saying, the feel good side of it.
Yeah.
is He didn't know he was a winner until they let
Yeah,
him know. And at this point, he actually does get to go still be
Yeah.
the winner, I believe. Right?
cool. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
didn't have to spend time thinking, oh, I had $1 million and lost it. He never,
But know what?
He never knew. until he
Teaches
did.
him to scratch his tickets properly, you know? If you
Yes,
like
I see
we
what
were
you're
talking
saying.
about gambling at the beginning of the episode, right? And again, I once in a while I'll buy a scratch ticket. And yes, I could scratch it there, but what I do is I come home and I scratch it. And I scratch the whole thing. And then even when it says I lose, I'll scan it to make sure it's a loser because sometimes
Because you never know if you
Yeah.
misread it, right?
one time I had one misprint ticket, and it said I won $5, but I actually won $8, and it wasn't much. And she said $8. I'm like, what? So I took it, and it says $8, and I went over it a dozen times. I won $5, but it paid out $8. So, but
Figure out why it was so
Nope.
late at all.
and I wasn't gonna call the lottery center. I just kept it. It's like whatever. So, all right.
At that point, you just take it.
Okay.
That was actually all that one had. Pretty simple,
Yeah.
pretty short. Let's see what we got next. Oh, this one might also be short. We kind of found this right before the banter, and it
Yeah.
just kind of ticked all the boxes. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's nothing up here, but this is CBS News. I had to use an archive because CBS was acting fucky.
Yeah.
CBS, I'm watching you. Virginia man charged with assault after allegedly hitting wife who received a first-class flight upgrade. FBI says.
So yeah. Okay.
So, a man flying from Seattle to Anchorage has been arrested for allegedly hitting his wife after she received an upgrade to sit in first class, court documents reveal. Roger Allen Holmberg Sr. That's the dad. That's the douchebag right here. Flying with his wife, who has not been named, on an Alaska Airlines flight on July 2nd. Been updated by a special agent with the FBI Anchorage field office. All right. Witnesses recalled multiple incidents between Holmberg and his wife. One witness identified in documents as MC said that Holmberg first asked his wife, "How the hell did you get the upgrade?" That's how he said it.
Okay, so he's freaking out.
His wife said that her membership status with the airline was the cause of the upgrade and told Holmberg not to speak to her like that.
I'm assuming alcohol is probably involved, alright, but maybe not, but, he allegedly handed his wife his phone, told her to read something on the screen, and then gave her the finger. Okay.
Great dance.
Yeah, so then he hit her?
He's a very childish guy.
Yeah.
And then I guess he hit her for this. MC told officials that Holmberg finally pushed in front of them and, quote, attempted to swing his arm towards his wife. MC leaned forward to attempt to block the strike, but Holmberg still appeared to strike the top of the victim's head with his hand.
Okay, so he punched in the head. According? One of those accordions. So, huh?
This doesn't pass spell check. You missed a spell check. This isn't like another word that's technically a word.
Yeah, they just, I don't know. They use it chat GPT. So, another witness identified as another, what is with these articles? I don't want to finish this, but identified as told the FBI that he heard the disturbance between Holmberg and his wife, and the woman saying, "You cannot be doing that." After the third incident, the affidavit, what's that? Is that the stewardess or something? Said, oh my god, as said that he realized Holmberg had hit his wife. I'm done. I think I'm done with this article.
I think I'm done too. So everyone saw him do it. And he did it because she got an upgrade.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we just arrest this guy? Like, this guy's not safe for this.
Well, if he did it on the airplane, that was in the air, which is FBI districts federally. So yeah, that's a federal domestic violence charge. Have fun with that, my man. So
apparently he told police that because he wanted his wife to travel with him and sit next to him.
Yeah.
She was disrespectful to him often. Yeah, anger issues.
He didn't strike her, he tapped her. So.
He tapped on her head, passing, to get her attention. I'm just trying to get her attention. Apparently he broke her finger. He said she broke her finger by grabbing his leg when he was driving. How do you break your finger by grabbing somebody else's leg?
Squeeze me? I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so this dude is clearly beating his wife, and now everyone in public saw it. Now the question is, what will society do about it?
Well, they didn't mention her, so unless it's a federal charge and he goes to jail, so.
But what if she goes and says, I don't want to testify?
It's well, some places it's federal. It's a federal thing, so she can't say no. It's a federal thing. They're like the wife's not she doesn't have to, but other witnesses can. So.
True.
Okay.
All right. Well, like I said, that was kind of a short one. Basically, just kind of a what the fuck? Because she got a seat upgrade. You smacked her in public, and now you're getting assault charge. Good, go to jail.
And I'm not gonna lie. I'll let you know. I can smell this article. So, like, I literally can. Because I'm not gonna lie. I almost want to go make sure there's not a fire outside my house. That's how strong the smell is. But yeah, CNN. Famed National Park evacuated in Canada as fires threaten the area. So yeah, this smoke is in my city again. For those who were with us at the beginning last year in August, it's almost been a year. We started off with a lot of stories about fire, and lots of Canada's. We went to Maui.
Canada
Yeah.
active fires, which is still a thing.
Pretty crazy. But yeah, so yeah, there's a big fire in Jasper, which is a park here. But let's read what Jasper is. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's how it looks.
yeah, they're trying to get away. Yeah. Um,
Cars
Yeah.
flood the highways. People evacuate because of wildfires early Tuesday, July 23, in Jasper.
yeah. Dangerous wildfires forced a town and a major national park in Canada's Alberta province to evacuate overnight Monday. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even hear about this. But that's because I'm not that close to Jasper, but it's close enough for the smoke comes, right?
Yeah, wind moves shit a lot.
Yeah.
So like you can be miles away and you have the
Evacuation order was issued around 10 p.m. for everyone in Jasper and Jasper National Park. According to the province's emergency alert system, on Tuesday evening, the park said on Facebook that evacuation of the town was complete.
so
Remember how we talked
good.
about this? Is you can't share news on Facebook though, which sometimes news can be
yeah.
very important. So thanks, Trudeau. But
wildfire
yeah.
news.
Authorities were still trying to evacuate backcountry hikers, and the post added. Because yeah, some people will go on hikes for a week, you know. They'll just go
and
out to
then
the
you
right,
don't
so
know the
yeah.
news 'cause you don't want to.
Well, you'll be able to smell it, you'll be able to see it, so you'd
Hopefully,
think you
yeah.
would be like, yeah, it's time to go, right?
Or at
At
least
least-
I need to check my phone, like what's
Yeah.
going on.
Sometimes it's Canada. We don't have service everywhere.
Probably happened.
At least 2 fires are burning in Jasper National Park, which were closed Tuesday. Jasper National Park is one of Canada's most popular parks and drew nearly 2.5 million visitors last year, according to Parks Canada. The city has a population of 4,100, and there were estimated 10,000 people, including seasonal workers in Jasper. Imagine that, being a small town of 41 and there's 10,000 visitors. They could take over, visitors could take over the city, the town.
Easily, yeah.
Jasper had 15,000 park visitors. Wow. So yeah,
People were literally visiting when it hit, too.
so over 25,000 people when the evacuation order was placed. Stefan Lorix with Alberta Emergency Management Agency told the AP police officers were going to each resident to enforce the order to leave.
Yeah, and you kind of have to do that because
yeah.
there's those boomers that are like, I'm going to ride it out.
Yeah.
You can't ride out a fire.
The only thing
You
is,
can't ride out a lot of hurricanes.
as long as you give me time to take my cat, that's all I really care about. Like, I want my computer too, but my cat's 100% more important. Anyway, one fire was 60, 70 hectares. 6,700 hectares.
That's not even the right
Yeah,
number.
it's
67.
67. I'm not even going to try, though, because I messed it up so
60,
bad.
70.
So, at least I caught myself, yo. 60, 70. Oh, my name is Joe Biden. Well, the other fire was 270 hectares. According to the park's Facebook post.
So one of those was a lot bigger.
So at the time, returning to Jasper is not possible. Parks officials said on Facebook, responding to people's inquiry about going back for their belongings. The town of Jasper and Jasper Park remain closed, and it is critical to comply with the evacuation order.
Yeah,
Like,
of
yeah,
course.
so-
I mean, once you're out, you're out. No going back.
Yeah.
This is a
But,
fire
like,
out of control.
Say I was out of town and I try to go back, and they're like, "Oh, sir, you can't. I'm out of pet there." I'm like, "Ah, you better shoot me, because I'm going to get my cat. Nothing's stopping me." You know what I mean? Like, so. Yeah. Going crazy. Evacuations had fled in darkness Monday with little time to prepare. Yeah, you get an alert on your phone. It's like, you gotta go. 10 o'clock at night. The
Wake up when you
kids are
can,
sleeping.
go.
People are sleeping. Yeah, right. The early stages of evacuation were complete by the location of the fires, which forced most of the traffic west towards BC on the regional Highway 16. By the earliest hours of Tuesday morning, some traffic was allowed to travel east. So yeah, that's horrible. It is that time. Like, there's always fires going on in Canada. We talked about that, but this is a time, and it's been 90 degrees in Alberta. It's been super hot and not as rainy, you know. Like, so, this is like, we had a rainier June than July, but yeah, this is whenever not rainiest July's in a long time. But yeah,
Wildfires are some of the at least 170 fires burning in Alberta province.
yeah.
That's what we're saying. Like, Canada's always on fire. But
Yeah.
it kind of hits a little closer. You know, and here's
Yeah.
the map.
Not just Western Canada. So
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is just part of the fires because I know we showed the full map, and of course there's
Yeah.
more. Yeah, there's
Um,
little flames everywhere.
So yeah,
This is
Jasper.
Jasper.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
Right.
So. All right. Well, is that everything? Are we done? Oh, is there more?
You know, there's always more. Let's see what the very last sentence says. Wildfires have burned more than 5 million acres in Canada this year, which is right around average for late July. Despite millions of acres burned, this year's fire season is pacing well below last year's record-breaking devastating season.
Yeah, there you go. So
we got that for you.
yay.
Less on fire than last year, which was a record. Now you might be just under the record and still really bad, but it's not record breaking.
Stupid freaking OBS.
Like, everyone in Canada, be careful out there.
Yeah.
Fire's fucked up. Of all the natural disasters, that one is like, it's fast, and if you don't do something, you can do nothing. If you're too late, it's over. There's no chance. It goes to zero pretty fast.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button or subscribe button wherever you're watching. Now, not many people are watching, but for those who are and would like a sticker, a Borderline Banter sticker, I'm going to be sending out 10 of these to 10 people, if 10 people want them. I'm going to send more than 10. You'll get a few stickers in each pack. But yeah, you can send us a message on any of our socials or go to borderlinebanter.com and email us. Yeah, just some stickers if you want a sticker. Promote us, put it on some water bottles, put it on some
Slap
signs.
on your laptop.
I don't know, yeah.
Slap them on somewhere a business that doesn't care.
Yeah. That's a keyword, doesn't care. We have to go to borderlinebanter.com. You can find our stuff there.
And look, if it leads to us getting some totally random ass person watching us, that's the goal.
Yes. So.
Someone who has no clue who we are but tunes in. Be pretty awesome.
Okay. But yeah, and if you want to be on the show and join us, this is where you would send the email to get the stickers. But yeah, drop us a line. We'd like to have you on. We'd like to have a conversation. Different people. We can talk about anything you want, pretty much. It doesn't always have to be about news. Just right now, there's a lot of news, especially about politics. It's kind of hard not to talk about.
Ramping up here in America.
Yeah, and it's then only going to get crazier. We already are doing a November 5th show. It's probably going to be a long show because that's the day of the election. And yeah, it's gonna be and we're just gonna talk, watch some numbers. Maybe we'll play some games. Maybe we'll get like a game thing so we can have the guests or the watchers play some games too.
Maybe we'll watch some of the coverage where they pull out the big whiteboard and start circling and doing all that weird like ESPN stuff.
I can try. Yes, that's fun. Me a whiteboard. Okay.
Do some of our own.
Yeah.
I actually have a whiteboard. I can
And
set that up
you
here,
can-
do some analysis.
You can finish us. For the
Yeah.
evening.
So we always like to end our show letting everybody know it's okay not to be okay. And actually, we were talking. I think it was Monday. About the police and the woman with the water.
Yeah.
Who clearly needed some mental help. I forgot to mention. I know I've mentioned it a couple times. I want to mention it again. This 988 number does sometimes get cops called on people, so be very careful with this 988 number. I do recommend the other numbers over it for that reason, because that incident with that woman. That's why you don't want a cop there. All right. When you're having a mental breakdown, cops don't help.
I think that guy was a piece of shit, and he had some issue more than that.
I think he had steroids. He needs to be tested. Have we done a drug test on him yet?
There's something wrong with him. No, and I think I said that I think he actually knew her, or something, right? But that's just my opinion, right?
Or was it a rage induced by steroids, or like I don't know. I don't want to make things make sense, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes people are just bad.
Yeah. But all right, well, thanks.
Having a bad day to the extreme of pulling a trigger, which is crazy. So anyways, if anybody's feeling a certain way, try to get a hold of one of these hotlines, or better yet, get a hold of somebody in your real life to chat with. You'd be surprised who actually has time to listen. So.
For sure. Well, thanks again for being here.
The hard part is just asking.
Yeah. We will see you all on Friday. Have a great night. Stay safe, and yeah, keep that back.